Shalom. Shalom to the elect of SHAR Allah. And shalom to the other men, women, and children of our nation who YAHAWAH, while YAHAWASHI is going to have mercy upon them. Shalom to all of you. Shema, SHAR Allah, YAHAWAH, Allah HAYA NAWA, YAHAWAH HUD, BARAK YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QaDash Halalyam, NAWA, NAWA, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QaDash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. Much due respect to the sincere Akim who are laid in works. And shalom to you believers, to the Akim wa which be your brothers and few amount of sincere sisters who do subscribe to the truth. All right, AHBA, today's lesson is edifying, plain upon the table, straight to the point. It's going into pestilence and FedNow, pretty much. All right, so let me get straight to the point with this. Let me present the articles I want to bring out. All right, let me bring this one. All right, so this is from Scope. Fungus learns to infect human, spreading quote-unquote root-like filaments. All right, so, and what happens to be the first ever recorded case of its kind, a fungus that usually infects plants has infected a human host, putting root-like filaments into his body. A 61-year-old mycologist in India contracted a severe case of silver leaf disease, a fungus that can prove fatal for a huge variety of plants in his throat, though. All right, so let's look that up right quick. It was a silver leaf disease. I'm gonna look that up right quick. Silver leaf disease. All right. So silver leaf disease. Let's see. Silver leaf is a fungal disease of trees caused by the fungus plant pathogen. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. That's like a really long word. I'm gonna let y'all see for yourself. Hold on, let me share the screen. Let me share the screen with y'all right quick. All right, this is how you pronounce it right here. Well, I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, that's it right there. I think it's Shung. You know what? I'm not even gonna do it, but right. What is silver leaf? Silver leaf is a fungal disease of trees caused by the fungus plant pathogen. And this is right here, the name of it. It attacks most species of the rose family, particularly the genus Fungus. Okay, but all right. So apparently, this disease, well, this infection that this man has, right? I'm gonna bring up again. This thing that this man has, right, is in his throat, though. Is in his throat. Okay, this disease that you find in plants is in his throat, and whatever appears to be the first ever recorded case of this kind, a fungus that usually infects plants, have infected a human's host, putting root-like filaments in his body. A 61-year-old, yeah, okay, it says it again, but yeah, all right. So, and it's interesting how this movie that's based off of a video game, actually, but this TV series on HBO, how it was released and aired right in the times where pestilence is a hot topic right now. These news stations and even the U.S. Army doing classes to get the soldiers prepared for a zombie-like outbreak. CDC constantly talking about it. All right, but it is very possible. All right, and then while we got that going on, we got this going on. I remember the brother Al-Shama, I guess he was walking through town where he lives at by a Wingstop, and this is what he saw on their window. It says, to better improve your experience, this store is now cashless. Cashless, which means you cannot go in there and get food. You cannot purchase anything with the actual dollars. All right. Now you need a new form of payment in order to get your wings, to get your food. It says we accept gift cards and all major credit cards. They go in digital. A lot more companies are going to go digital, while a lot more companies are going to shut down. Okay, because once we go digital, that's going to affect society. That's going to affect a lot of that's going to affect a lot of business. All right. And then while you got this going on, you got FedNow that's being mentioned much more often, and apparently it's supposed to be set to launch in the summer. Hey, Low Willa. All right, so RAWCHAA. All right, RAWCHAA. So let's get the scriptures now, okay? Let's get the scriptures now. Let's start with that second Esdras. Let's start with that second Esdras, chapter 8, verse 50. Bear with me. All right, so the book of second Esdras, chapter 8, verse 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Right? So the people of this world who have lived their lives in pride and arrogance will suffer many things in the last days. Because in the latter days shall be what? Perilous times, dangerous times. So you're going to suffer many things that's hard to bear. Okay? Because of what? The people of this world are walking in pride and arrogance. Okay? So that's why our power is going to start he's putting that squeeze on a lot more people. Okay, so let's get this second Esdras chapter 15, verse 49 in KJV. I will set plagues upon thee, and these are the plagues, right? Widowhood, right? So a lot of men are going to die. A lot of women are going to be headless. They're not going to have a husband, a hedge of protection, guidance, okay, in the time you're coming into. A lot of women are not going to have husbands in general. A lot of women are not going to have, are not going to become a wife of one of the elect. Poverty, like state of poor. Famine, hunger, starvation. Sword, right? War, destruction. Esau eating himself. The nukes, the missiles. And pestilence, right? Diseases, viruses, epidemics, pandemics, and etc. The wayside houses with destruction and death. So I will send plagues upon thee: widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. Okay, so our power is sending these things upon the people because of their pride and their arrogance. Right? I will send disasters upon you: widowhood, poverty, hunger, sword, and disease to desolate your houses and to bring you to devastation and death. Right? So these are part of the great miseries that's going to come upon the people who have walked in what? In pride and arrogance. Okay, pestilence, hunger, starvation. Let's get that in Deuteronomy right quick. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 20. Slakia. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 28, verses 58 to 61. If you do not obey faithfully all of YAHAWASHI's teachings that are written in this book, and it's a Good News translation, by the way, that are written in this book, right, this Holy Bible, and if you do not honor the wonderful and awesome name of the Lord and on your descendants incurable diseases and horrible epidemics, right? This goes into pestilence that can never be stopped. He will bring on you once again all the dreadful diseases you experienced in Egypt, and you will never recover. He will also send all kinds of diseases and epidemics that are not mentioned in this book of YAHAWASHI's laws and teachings, and you will be destroyed. So not only 2/3 of our people, and of course the other nations, are going to, starting with our people, right? 2/3 of our nation, they're going to experience epidemics, diseases, pestilences from back then, but also new epidemics, new pandemics, new diseases, new viruses that's not mentioned in this book. So when all hell break loose, when society collapsed, you got a pestilence outbreak going on, you got epidemics, pandemics, but mind you, I think Bill Gates, if I'm mistaken, he mentioned how he said the next pandemic no one will be able to ignore. Just paraphrasing what he's saying. Because what? Our power is putting the spirit onto Esau Edom and his messengers, his puppets, to engineer these epidemics, these pandemics, these pestilences, okay? All right? It's going to be a time like never before. We're going to see epidemics and pandemics, diseases and viruses that was never seen before. Not even in Esau's movies, okay? So let's get that Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19, the NLT right quick. Bear with me. Ezekiel 7 and 19, KJV. So the time's going to come with a lot of people who gets paid, who prefer to get paid in cash, or let's say paper checks, are going to get affected by this transition. This transition from dollars to digital. Okay. I want to get that NLT though. Hold on. From the book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 19. I like how it actually saves money. All right. So the book of Ezekiel. Shalom, Malak, YAHAWASHI, SHAR, BARAK. I'm almost done. I know you got a lesson scheduled. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19, but in the New Living Translation, okay? Let me take this off right quick. All right. Wrong one. Salakia. All right, so the book of Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 19, in the New Living Translation. They will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. So all of you people of this world who's been putting your trust, your time, your effort, your dedication, your diligence into stocking up, saving up your money, right? Your money, you put so much time and effort to slave for Esau Edom to build up your 401k, retirement fundings, right, and etc. Treasures of this world, you're going to throw it in the streets like it's worthless trash. Okay, why is that? Because, for an example, the book of Proverbs chapter 11 verse 4, the book of Proverbs chapter 11 verse 4, KJV. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, right? But righteousness deliver from death. So right living, righteousness, living holy, set apart from the ways of this world, rehearsing the righteous acts of YAHAWASHI and the best of your ability while in captivity, right? Us Hebrew Israelites, other nations, screw you, okay? But us, the Hebrew Israelites, no amount of riches of this world is gonna profit in the day of wrath. But righteousness, right living, okay, is going to deliver you from YAHAWASHI's anger, from death, from the plagues, pestilences, famine, destruction, and other types of deaths. All right, not the 401k, not the college degree, not the bag you're trying to chase. Okay. All right. Oh shit. So yes, you know, the time's gonna come where people gonna start throwing their monies out the streets because it has no purpose now. It has no use. You can't eat with it. You can't buy or sell with it. Um, it says they would throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. Their silver and gold won't save them on the day of the Lord's anger. It will neither satisfy nor feed them, right? So it won't be able to feed you either. You won't be able to get your victuals, your provisions, your amenities. You won't be able to feed yourself. For their greed can only trick them up. So a time's gonna come where they're gonna take away all these other form of payments, like these apps like Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Apple gift cards, and etc. There gonna be no more stripping, OnlyFans, a Snapchat dot, an Instagram blue check model, right? And it's not gonna be none of that no more once we transition to the CBDC, all right? And people are gonna start throwing their money out of the streets, man. All right? Plain and simple. Let's see. And while we see more of the economy crashing, right, like businesses shutting down, we're seeing more of this CBDC get ready to be set up right before highs. Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3 to 4. All right. So the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 3 to 4. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, keepers of the house, the economies, shall tremble. We're seeing it trembling. And then at some point it's going to tremble, it's going to literally crash. And the strong men, the rich, right, shall bow themselves. And the grinders, right, cease because there are few. So work, right, the grinders, the few that's working. Because there are few, it's not many. People being laid off, people quitting. There's a thing out there called quitting. Not even a year within their job, they're already thinking about quitting. You got people that's quitting, that's not coming back. That's not going back out to the working industry again. Okay. And those that look out the windows be darkening. So those that look out the windows are going to be darkening when the keepers of the house tremble, when the society collapse, when the grind cease. People are going to be in a state of hopeless. Okay. That look out the windows be darkness, so people are going to be in a state of hopeless because our people didn't take heed and build themselves up in their spirit with this wisdom and knowledge. So because of that, they weren't stable in those times. Those that look out the windows be darkness. Okay, they were in a state of hopeless. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. Right, so a lot of businesses about to shut down. Okay. A lot of businesses about to shut down. A lot more. Store after store after store throughout that whole street, that whole block. Don't be surprised you literally see a whole block that's out of business, literally. Okay? It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, right? Businesses shut down. When the sound of grinding is low, when the sound of working is low, when there's not many people working. Okay? And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. People are going to be trying to get up early in the morning as rise up at the voice of the bird, as sunset to try to find work, but they're not going to be able to find it. Okay. And all the daughters of music shall be brought low. A lot of people ain't fucking with today's music, man. This shit garbage. It's wicked. It's bullshit. A lot of these people are dying too. The daughters of music being brought low. Because shit wicked as hell. It's push out wicked vibration. Alright? So the point I want to get out of that was while you're seeing more companies either going bankrupt, they're about to close down, you're seeing more of this FedNow topic being mentioned. And when we do transition over to the CBDC, we're willing to assume that's going to affect a lot of businesses. And that's going to cause many doors to shut in the streets because it's going to cause the sound of grinding to be very low. All right, let's get that scripture which says no work in Egypt. No work in Egypt. All right. The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 15. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So neither shall there be any work, any operation, any labor, any enterprise, any business for Egypt. Modern day Egypt will be America. Egypt means bondage. In Egypt, the modern day Egypt, modern day house of bondage, the big bulk of us Israelites will be here, Egypt, modern day Egypt, America. All right, so expect to see no work, no business, no labor in Egypt, which the head or tail, so as high as a CEO position, all the way down to entry level position, or let's say all the way down to let's say jobs where you don't really need credentials, you don't really need to be in the system. You get paid underneath the table, cash, right? You get paid cash, right? You're a stripper, you're OnlyFans, you're a gigolo, you're an escort, male or female escorter, right? Ain't gonna be no more prostituting as a job to get your daily bread. All of that's as low as that tail, even the very end of the tail. All right, so ain't gonna be no work, no operation in America. You know, as high as a CEO position, all the way down to entry level position, all the way down to, I guess you could say, being an OnlyFans type. All right. Let me see what the brother got. I'm gonna close out. Let's see. He posted something that caught my attention. Let's see. It was something. Bear with me. I want to get another one. I guess I was seeing things like let me get one more. I want to get this right quick, because while all of this is going on, right, we got the prophet that's constantly warning the people about this place is about to collapse. The current dollar is about to be done away with. But people just still ignoring us, man. They still scoffing and mocking. All right, so let's see. Bear with me. 1 through 12. All right, so the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verses 9 through 12 in the Common English Bible. Right. Then whoever has now abused my ways will be astonished, and whoever rejected them in contempt will linger in agony. So those who despise the ways of YAHAWASHI is going to dwell in torments. Those who didn't acknowledge me when they were alive, right? So, you know, you didn't repent pretty much, right? You didn't acknowledge YAHAWASHI, you didn't repent. Those who didn't acknowledge me when they were alive, even though they received benefits, right? So, you know, you never repented and came back to our power. You didn't give him reverence, give him thanks for all the benefits you've been getting. You're able to wake up still. You're able to get your source of income, your daily bread, your victuals, okay? All right? Your child support, your government assistance, and etc., right? Those who despise my law while they were enjoying freedom and didn't come to their senses but continued to scoff while the opportunity for a changed life was opened onto them, right? When place of repentance was off, right? Place of repentance, these people must acknowledge me in torment after death. So, you know, so you got the prophets out there that's constantly warning you, 13 with the scriptures to let you know that we in those times where YAHAWASHI is about to kill a lot more Israelites. All right, that mass flood of judgments, right? You kept scoffing and mocking. You kept doing what was not pleasing in the eyes of our power YAHAWASHI, which is what? Doing things of this world, right? Being conformed unto the likeness of the people of this world, doing wickedness. Okay, you're going to have to acknowledge YAHAWASHI through death by pain. You're going to know. You're going to finally understand and know through death by pain. Okay. Once you start seeing everything's being taken away from you, things are not getting better for you, they just keep getting worse and worse and worse. You start losing people you love, you start losing things that you worked hard for, just catching hell, right? Then that's when you're going to acknowledge YAHAWASHI through death by pain, lingering in agony, dwelling in torments, right? When your eyes broke now, okay? You're broke, you're hungry, you're lost, you're miserable, all right? So that's all I got to bring up for today's topic. I don't want to make the lesson too long. These are two topics I went into. You just came in a little earlier. But yeah, we came across an article how this fungus learns to infect its first human host. This particular disease called silverleaf disease that you find like in plants is found in his throat. So, hey, anything is possible, man. Anything is possible, man. From literally, nothing is impossible. YAHAWASHI, right? So I have a rosters out. The lesson was edifying. Playing upon a table, straight to the point. The water from the scriptures out. YAHAWASHI, BARAK. All right, so I'm gonna close out by giving a much due all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QaDash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone. Much due respect to the sincere Hakim who are laboring works. Shalom to you believers, to the Hakim YAHAWAH, which will be brothers and few amount of sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth. DTA, Abad, Babal, Soon, Kwam Yashala, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, Babakasha, Shalat, Rayam, Wa, Ainasham, Wa, Abadium, Wa, Haragium, Wa, Mashapayam, Al-Qal, Adawamium, Wa, Gawayum, Wa, Ayavyam, NAWA, Babakasha, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, NAWA, Amun, DTA, Abad, Babal, Soon. Shalom. Might be a lot of zombies out here soon.